Welcome to the ZOZO Championship. You're making your second appearance in this tournament in Chiba, Japan. I believe it's also your first time back to the country in a while. How much are you looking forward to this week?
Definitely excited to be back in Japan. The last time I was here was in 2015. I spent some time with Puma over here or after the President's Cup in Korea. So I wasn't able to come in 2019 because that was right when my wife and I got married and went on honeymoon. So I was actually it was nice to be able to play the tournament last year at Sherwood, but I wish it was in Japan. I love the food and the culture over here. So unfortunately, we won't get to see or get the full experience, but I feel like we have some great food in the hotel, and at least being able to enjoy some good Japanese food and a great golf course. So I'm looking forward to the week here.
Sounds good. And obviously, you enjoyed a strong week in Vegas last week at the CJ Cup, finishing tied third. What did you take away most from last week, Ricky?
Yeah, last week was a very good week for me, especially after the last couple of years. I played very well tee to green. Unfortunately, I didn't have very good feel on the greens with speed, so that was where I struggled a little bit. But very happy with the ball striking. That's something we've been putting a lot of work in on the last couple of years, but especially the last couple of months. So a long time coming. Like I said, very pleased with it and looking forward to this week now.
Okay, before I open up to the Japanese media and the media on the call to ask questions, just to type in your name in the chat group. Ricky, obviously you have Japanese heritage with your grandfather who's being Japanese as well. How instrumental has your grandfather been in your career and for your golf?
For me, my grandfather was one of the most influential people in my life growing up. He's the one who introduced me to the game of golf. He was taking up golf about that same time, so I used to go and play golf with him or go to the driving range all the time. So his work ethic as well as his demeanor and personality is what rubbed off on me quite a bit. So, not that he spent much time in Japan. He was born in the States, but definitely has some of the Japanese culture and ways of life. So, there's definitely a part of me that is influenced very much by him and the Japanese culture.
Thanks, Ricky. We'll take some questions now from the media. If you'd like to type in your name to the chat group, Kosuge, could you share that message with the media?
はい、日本のメディアの皆様、質問がある方、会社名とお名前、英語でご入力をお願いいたします。
Okay, while we wait for the Japanese media, Ricky, maybe just share with us your impressions on the golf course at Narashino this week. How does it fit your eye? I understand from the players that the conditions are almost immaculate this week.
Yeah, the golf course is in great shape. Yesterday, since we got in early in the morning, I went and hit a few balls once I got to the golf course. Body didn't feel that great after flying, so I just decided to go walk the golf course and at least get to see the whole golf course yesterday. So my caddy and I did that. I played the back nine this morning, and then I'm going to play the front nine after lunch. But like you said, the golf course is in perfect shape. There's plenty of length. It's a tough golf course. You got to drive it really well. I'm looking forward to it. The greens have quite a bit of movement. A lot of guys that I've talked to or seen on the golf course, whether they've seen the course or not before, they really like the golf course as far as the test that it presents, the variety. It's going to be a fun one to play, but a tough test.
Okay, and while we wait for the Japanese media, if you don't mind me just carrying on, just to keep you in the chair for a little bit more. Just going back to Vegas, Ricky, obviously being contention there, I know when you come off a week like that, obviously your confidence is high, and And what are the key aspects of your game which you think you need to focus on to try and get across the finish line this week?
I think a big thing is, continuing to do what I was doing well last week, which was ball striking, tee to green. It was some of the best that I've been at. So I would say more so is getting the feel on the greens this week. I'm going to spend some time this afternoon, practice putting green, just working on some feel and making sure I'm adjusted and ready to go this week on the putting surface. And outside of that, keep it fairly simple. That was one of the reasons yesterday I didn't decide to go out and play at all. It's just because the body wasn't in the kind of adjusted or back to the normal position. I know I'm swinging well. The thoughts tee to green are great coming off of last week. So keep it simple, and then we'll see if we can get the putter warmed up a bit.
Okay, and obviously being in Japan, Hideki, being a top name here for Japanese golf, just share your thoughts about what Hideki has done for the game, especially with that Masters win of his in April.
Yeah, so for me, when I first came out on tour, Rio was kind of in that position, and he had a lot of success, and unfortunately hasn't played well in the past few years, and hasn't been over in the States as much. And I've been fortunate to get to know and play with Hideki over the last few years, since he's played on tour and over in the States a majority of the year. Great guy, great player. I would say each year his English gets better and better. So a little more conversation as the years go on, but it's been very impressive. It's hard to be away from home and play and be away from friends and family that much. But he's a very impressive player, and to see what he did at Augusta and become a Masters champion, I can't imagine. He's got to be like a rock star over here. So very special.
Awesome. And Rickie, you yourself you've been an international player throughout your career. I think you won your first professional win in Korea some 10 years ago. With the PGA Tour coming back to Asia for the first time in 2 years since 2019, how important is it in your opinion that the tour comes out to this part of the world to have tournaments like the ZOZO Championship?
I think it's very important, whether it's through the PGA Tour or for me, being able to come over and play this sometimes that I've been over to Asia, whether it's been in Korea, when we played in Malaysia a little bit, and then to here in Japan, and then we used to play in China a little bit. But the Asian market in general is a very big market for the golf space. The fans are great. They love seeing guys travel to come play in Asia, wherever it may be. And then especially for me to come back to Japan and be able to play here, I feel like I have great fan support. I feel that support playing in the States and seeing the Japanese fans show their support on social media and stuff like that. So to actually be in Japan and being able to play in front of them is very fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds good. And I think our Japanese media friends are a little bit shy in asking you questions, so I'll just go on with one last one for you, Rickie. Jack Nicklaus posted on his Instagram this morning that congratulating Rory for the win, and he also said it was encouraging to see you contending last week and that you played good golf. When you see something like that from a golf legend like Jack, what does it mean to you?
It's awesome. I'm very lucky to have a close friendship with Jack and his wife Barbara. We try and go to dinner every once in a while back in South Florida. So we spent some time together and talked through golf a bit here and there. He's been very encouraging over the years and the times that I've gotten to spend with him. So to get kind of a stamp of approval or Jack's encouraging words is definitely, it's always nice. But Jack and Barbara have been amazing to everyone that plays golf, but definitely the guys and wives or girlfriends of the people that live down in South Florida. They're kind of like the mom and dad of the South Florida group.
Sounds good. Okay, without any more questions from Japanese media, Rickie, thank you for your time with us this morning, and wishing you all the best at the ZOZO Championship.
Thank you.